Hi guys! While I was watering my plants this morning, I realized that my pothos have some very vigorous roots. These are the pothos cuttings I did a couple months back, and they're just beautiful. As you can see, there's a lot of new white roots. Looks like a very healthy root system. So I think it's time to pot these up. And I figure it's a nice afternoon, a little bit overcast, but I'm going to go ahead and pot these up and put them in their new home. Now I'm just going to repurpose a pot that I had from an outdoor plant. I gave it a good wash, and I'm going to put it in this cover pot. So I like doing that these days, using a plastic pot and then just putting it in a pot of my choice. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, I did want to mention, I think I forgot to show you this, guys. A while back, I did another propagation video, and it was about cactus pads. And I did 2 of them. One of them survived, but this one set out roots, as did the other one, but I think I left them in the water too long. But I went ahead and potted this one up, and it's looking a little bit worse for wear on the top. It's a little bit shriveled, but as you can see, it's still alive, and I'm hoping this summer it really does well and starts to look nice. It still looks a little shriveled, but as its root system grows, I think it's going to be doing a lot better and plump up. So I did want to give you an update on that. Sometimes I think I do these propagation videos, and then I forget to show you the updates or the pottings. So let me go ahead and show you how I pot these up. It's going to be a very simple process. I got a new bag of Miracle Grow potting mix. I figure I'll just leave it to the experts to do some good potting soil. But I have noticed, guys, as with everything else, it's gotten really expensive. So anyway, I'm glad my plant was free. So let's get these cuttings all potted up. And I'm just going to fill up the bottom. This is actually a little bit of too big of a pot, but I think if I don't fill it all the way, it'll be just fine. So I just filled it in about 3/4 of the way. And I'm just going to set it in just like this and put in my soil around the roots. Here we go. Couldn't be easier, guys. And vining plants, once you buy one vining plant, you can just end up with so many plants. They're so easy to propagate. These cuttings were just in water for a couple of months, and look at the roots they set out. And with the vining plants, they have roots that come out all along their stem. So you can cut one long cutting into several pieces and make a really nice thick plant. So I'm just going to kind of fill that in. It doesn't matter if some of the stems are buried because of those roots that are on the stems. But I'm so excited. This is a beautiful plant. And because of my light situation, it's not really variegated anymore, but that's okay. It's still beautiful. Variegation really is affected by your light situation, and I don't have really bright light in my house. So guys, I'm done. I did end up filling it quite a bit, and I think, as I am doing with all of my plants now, I did this as a spring fertilizer for all my plants, but I'm going to do it with my new pottings as well. I'm going to use some worm castings just sprinkled right on top. And I think those roots will take off right in there. I just put in, I'm spreading out 1 heaping spoonful, maybe just a little more. I think we might be getting rain. It's getting a little windy here. But that's really going to take care of the plant's needs. Let me put that back down over here. And that's it. I tap the pot all the way around to settle in the roots. And then the next thing I do, to settle in the soil around the roots, the next thing I do, because this was water propagated, I want to make sure I give it a really good water because it's used to the water culture. I'm going to make it really sopping wet to start, and then you know, it'll start drying out in between waterings once it gets established in here. But I'm washing off some of the dirt and I'm giving it a good water because that's what it's used to. And whatever pot you use, of course, you want to have a well-draining mix and you want to have holes in your pot. So I think this is going to be gorgeous, guys. And I did not need another plant. This is also a nice way to make gifts. Very economical gifts. Although, like I said, the soil is getting expensive like everything else. But look at that, guys. Isn't that beautiful? And I still have plenty of soil left for my other projects. So, guys, that is it. It is all potted up. And it was an almost free plant. I had the pots. And I made the cuttings. And with just a little bit of soil, look how nicely that came out, guys. Pop that in there. And we're all set. Now I have to find a place for it inside. I have too many plants, but that's okay. You're probably in the same boat as I am if you're watching plant videos. But thanks so much for joining me for my Pothos repotting, and I hope you're having fun with your houseplants. Bye.